and it will come out like this. You go through this description and then you give your name, school name, email ID, and continue giving the assessment. This is how it looks like, and when we will be, and you have one more week to finish this. The date is right here. The date is 5th of February. You can fill this form till 5th of February. It says 27th right now, but we are extending the dates right now. And so this is the information that I wanted to share with you. Today's information you can see here. So you can join via Zoom or via YouTube, and you have an assignment right here. And this is the material list also, guys. I hope you are ready with this material list, because unless you do these things by hand, unless you do things yourself, you don't really you don't enjoy learning that well. So if you don't have these things with you ready, you can go and take 2 minutes to come back and be with us. I'll share the material list once again with you. This is the material that we require today. Hello everyone, once again. Hi, my name is Maitrey. I'm from American India Foundation. This is the second session of Sparkle series. And in the last session, we saw the overview of everything that we will be going and doing in the coming weeks. We will be having a weekly session, and the session will be done by the Center for Creative Learning from IIT Gandhinagar, as you all know. And today's session is all about A4 sheets. We are going to learn a lot about mensuration, mathematics, the magic that is within the sphere of this A4 size sheet. I will not go a lot into the details. That is for the IIT Gandhinagar people to tell us about. Even I am here to learn. And without going further ado, I think we should start this session. This is the material list that we will be requiring today. If you have not taken it with you, please bring this material with you. And because learning will be much more fun if we have all this with us. If you have not filled the pre-assessment form that we had shared in the last session, please fill it up. You can find the details, or you can find the link for the assessment in the web page that we had shared with you. We will be sharing all these links with you once again for your convenience. And Miss Marish sir, should we go? Jay, should we go ahead?
So we can start whenever we are ready. I'm ready.
We are pretty much ready. Yes, Manish sir, please take away the show, take over the show, and let's learn a lot about A4 sheets. It's all about Kaagaz ke Khel.
Okay, thank you so much. Please take away the show. Okay, we will try to. Wait a second. Admit all. Okay, so I will not take care of this admitting people. वो आप लोग देख लीजिए. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. इस बार 1000 से ऊपर लोग नहीं आए, तो which means people don't have to go to YouTube. Although I think we are broadcasting on YouTube also. Is that right, Jay?
Yes, sir. We are broadcasting.
So good. So thank you so much again on a Tuesday. Normally we are doing it on every Saturday, and I don't know why. For some reason there was some other thing that is happening on Saturday in GNV, so we decided to do this on Tuesday. But normally we will come to you every Saturday at 3 o'clock. So thank you so much for coming. It's about 3:15. We are a little late. going to the previous announcements or whatever. So once again, welcome to Sparkle series. The goal is to see how we can bring back that joy in all the children that were attending. I'm assuming all the girls are attending. So it'll be good to have you ask the questions. Last time, some of the people were giving the feedback that I should speak more in English. So I will try to speak a little bit more in English. If you want me to speak more in Hindi, then sound is not heard. Sound should be heard. Sound heard हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है भाई? Sound is clear.
Yes, it's clear now, sir.
Okay, maybe I can increase this a little bit. Sound is clear now. I can increase a little bit more. Hello. Hopefully sound is clear. नहीं तो मैं
Yes,
Zoom
it's
से-
clear. Very
Okay. Let me just check my Zoom settings also. Just in case. मुझे तो कुत्तों की भी आवाज आ रही है. तो it is audible. ठीक है जी. So it is nice to see you on a Tuesday and not on a Saturday. Good afternoon, everybody, and or everybody is in India, so good afternoon. So today we are going to do we are just going to play with paper. कागज के साथ खेलेंगे, and in fact that is why the title is कागज के खेल. And we have planned a lot of things with my colleague Aditi and Jay. And we will see how what all things we are able to do in this hour and a half, and of course there is a series or a question or whatever that we have in the end which we want you to answer. But anyways, to start with, I think we will do something very interesting today. We will start the whole journey with that, and for that let me ask you this very simple thing. You know, take this paper, you can take this used paper, right? And what you have to do is to make a mala out of this, a garland. Garland समझते हैं, mala, so that you can wear it, right? And you have to try to make a mala such that it is long enough using just this paper and maybe a scissor, right? Make a garland, not a full garland, that is so big that when you wear it, it comes from the top and comes out from the leg. पूरे आपके शरीर से पास हो जाए. It passes through your whole body. That is what we want you to do. Using this paper, the paper that you have, using this paper, please try to make a garland. I will shift my chair a little bit to come in the center maybe. Make a garland so that, you know, you can put it through your head and it comes out through your whole body. मतलब जितनी ज़्यादा, the biggest garland that you can make from this paper, biggest mala, biggest you know, whatever, garland ही बोलते हैं, yeah, garland, that you can make out of this paper, please try to make. And if you have done something or you have made, you can speak and you know, maybe and show what you have done, right? Please try to make a garland, and we will give you 1 minute to do this. 11 participants have raised hands. Very good. Make a garland from this paper so as big as you can, the longest possible garland. Okay. चलिए. हिंदी में माला, इंग्लिश में गार्लैंड. ठीक है. किसी ने कुछ करा है तो बता सकते हैं. If anybody has done, please show. Anybody? Nobody? The biggest hole, let's put it that way. It should be like a hole so that, you know, you can pass through that hole. The biggest possible hole in a paper is what we are asking. Mala is like a, you know, paper with a big hole. Huh? That is the mala. You can think of mala as like a hole, right? Normally when you think a garland, you think it's a thread, but you can also think it's a big thing with a very big hole in the middle. So that is what we want you to do, to make it with this just simple one A4 paper, and you know, देखते हैं क्या करते हैं आप. किसी का कुछ हुआ तो दिखाइए. किसी ने कोई भी बनाया, छोटा बड़ा, anything big or small, please show. DNV Dakshin Kannada, the whole class is sitting. Anybody who made from Dakshin Kannada? Dakshin Kannada JNV. कुछ तो बनाया है, दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. Any of the teachers, if you have made something, please show. Okay, I will continue then. So normally what happens is when somebody asks us to make, you know, let me get this used paper. So that this paper that I have. If somebody asks me to make a garland from this paper, what will I do? I will try to make a biggest hole from this paper. I will make this, fold this paper like this, right? And then I will tear a hole from this. Okay. Oh. So this is the hole that I have made, right? Very simple, no big deal. I have made this hole from this paper and taken this other part of the paper has come out. So this is this hole. But if you try to wear it, it is very small. मेरी टोपी से नीचे नहीं जा रहा. It is very small. Very small hole that I have made. Why? Because I took this whole paper out. I wasted this paper. Now imagine if I make a hole so that I don't waste this paper at all. The whole part of the paper is used to make a hole. Right? How do we do that? I'm going to show you, and you will see that it is just absolutely amazing and beautiful how the whole thing comes out. And you can make, by this technology or by this thing, you can make a 1 minute. You can make a hole which is actually equal to 30 meters in length. 30 मीटर आपके घर में पूरा घर के around आ जाएगा 30 meter. That is what we are going to do, and I'm just going to show you right now. Okay, so for that, let me switch over to this overhead camera. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, there you go. ये कट गया. Just 1 minute. Okay. All right. So what you're supposed to do is you take this piece of paper and you fold it in half. All right. And then what we are going to do is take one pen, and then we are going to make some lines. So if the open side is on the top, what we are going to do is make one line here like this all the way till the end, and another line on the other end like this. Okay, and then few more lines in the middle. Okay, all the way, not all the way to the end this side, all the way to end on this side. Similarly, then on the other side, between these two lines, we will draw another lines like this. Okay, and let's also make one line like this wherever there is a fold. That's it. And now we will cut along these lines. So first we will cut from here. Okay, and then we will cut along these lines. Not all the way till the end, only along the black lines. And because these lines are here, I will cut along this. Okay, along these lines. You can cut it like this also, no problem. Because this is a fold, so either you can connect it like this, and make sure that the last fold is not cut. This one and this fold is not cut because there was no black line. All right, then you turn it around and then cut from the middle also because there are these lines here. Okay, so you cut along those lines and these lines, and you see what has happened now. Let me show you this. This is that paper, right? And you see something very funny, very interesting. And then if you open this, this is this huge hole in the middle. Such a big hole in the middle. इतना बड़ा होल है. ये आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? इतना बड़ा होल बन गया कागज के बीच में पूरा. This is almost 1.5 or 2 meters long, right? इसमें एक बार तो छोड़िए, आप 2 बार पूरा घुस जाएंगे. ये पूरा घुस सकता है आराम से, no problem. Such a big hole. How did we do this? This is exactly what happens with a lot of organs inside our body. Earlier, what we were doing with this, we did not use, we wasted the paper. We wasted this area of the paper. In this one, the one that has gone down my body, I did not waste any paper. I used the whole paper. So I converted the area into perimeter. The whole area of the paper was converted to a length, to the perimeter, and that's why it became so big. It is almost like, imagine if you have a rope, and this is exactly what we did. And I'm going to show you right here. This is exactly what we did. इस कैमरे में ठीक से नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, ऊपर वाले में दिखाता हूँ. So imagine this is my big rope, all right? Okay, and then I just did like this. This is one full garland, right? One full mala, if you can think like that. This is a mala, and I folded the mala like this. This is joined here, no? So this mala is completely joined. I have taken this fold going like this, and then I can cut along these lines. So you then what you do is wherever you see along the boundary of the rope, you draw the lines, right? And this is the boundary of the rope. And so you should see a figure something like this. This is the rope. It goes like this, like this, like this, like this. The rope is going like this, coming back here and then going like this. And that is exactly what I did. Yeah, Batula, Krishna, Priyash, you have done it. But what I want to show is this is exactly how absorption in our intestines happen. Or even in our lungs, where we need to maximize the, the area and all of that of our cells, so that maximum absorption happens for the food inside our stomach. Those structures are called villi. There are all these projections that happen, right? Exactly, almost exactly like this. You will see this shape in the diagrams in our villi, in our stomach, in our intestine. Similarly, in our lungs. So what they have done is basically just take a rope and curve it around like this, and then you draw these lines like this, and you should get this piece of paper. So remember, this doesn't go all the way to the end. So when I draw the first thing, this is exactly what I did. No, this is what I draw. I draw these lines, then I draw the other lines, and then one in the middle, and there you go. That's all there is to it. And this becomes the longest possible. In fact, I will show you how you can get a garland of size 30 meters long. And I will show you in just a minute. The other thing that you can do is you can say, oh, ऐसे क्यों करें? बहुत तरीके से हम बना सकते हैं. And I can take the same thing, same rope, and fold it like this. This is also a garland. You understand garland? It's a full mala. It is joined here. So this loop is going like this. It started from here and then goes all the way. So if again you cut along, take a piece of pencil and roll the pencil along these lines, right? Even inside, जहां पर pencil चल सकती है कागज पर, you roll the pencil and then cut it, and this is what you will get. This is what you will get. Let me show you in this camera. This is that garland. Such a big garland. Satish Bhai just made it with this circular thing. वो गोल गोल जो करके बना ना. All you have to do is just to roll your pen around the garland, and then this is exactly how other things can happen. All you have done is taken care of the whole area of the paper, and then did not waste any paper and converted the whole paper into length. इतनी बड़ी बन गई. एक और काम कर सकते हैं. अरे, and earlier we had folded in a circle. You can actually fold it in a rectangle like this. So this is curved here. This rassi is curved here. This is the whole big long garland. बड़ी माला है. इसको हमने अंदर fold करके यहाँ पर ये जोड़ दिया. Again, you take your pen, curve it around. Wherever the pen goes, cut it along the lines of the pen, and you will get that mala. So just the amazing way of converting this whole area of the paper, whole area of paper into long line of this mala or this garland, and you can get garland of almost 30 meters long. In fact, that was a question for you. I don't know if the question is ready or maybe it is not, because I think मैंने आपको answer पहले ही दे दिया. The answer is 30 meters. So maybe they will ask you, but let me show you why it is 30 meters. I will just take a simple piece of paper and show it to you. Where is my pen? मेरा pen कहाँ चली गई? Yeah. So we know that our, let me take this piece of paper overhead. So we know that the area, and so we have converted the whole area into the whole mala, the whole garland. So what has been conserved? We did not waste any paper. So the whole area of paper has been conserved, right? So now we are trying to find out the length. So how do we find out the length? We know that the area of the paper is 30 centimeters by 20 centimeters. Almost, it is 30 by 21, but right now let's call it, this is the area of paper in centimeter square, right? And let's say our width of the mala is 3 centimeter. Okay, so this is how much will be the length. Then it will be 30 times 20 by 3, which is 200 centimeter or 2 meters. And if we were to make our mala, which is 2 centimeter क्या कहते हैं wide, then again it will be 30 by 20 by 2, which will come to 300 centimeter or 3 can make. And so imagine now, instead of 2 centimeter, which is very big, if we are able to finely cut paper like this much big, right, then it is 2 mm, right? And then 2 mm का अगर हम करेंगे thickness हमारे माला की, then it will become 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter by 0.2 centimeter, right? So this will give you 30 meter long mala. So imagine just with one paper you can make one mala. एक paper से you can make one mala which is 30 meter long, and this is a challenge for you. This is the first challenge of Sparkle series, or maybe second. Please make and show the picture of the longest mala you can make with A4 paper without any glue. Okay, and let's see how big it is. Please measure it, send us the picture, and the biggest mala anybody makes, we will give some award. Maybe we will send you to moon and bring you back. No, it's just a joke. Maybe I don't know. आजकल तो लोग मार्स पे भी जा रहे हैं ना, so I don't know. Maybe somebody will sponsor you to go to Mars, but no, I don't know what the inam is. The inam is that we will be very happy that you send us and your answers, and we will announce your names. And if you are interested, we will call you here to spend some time in IIT. So please do make sure you are answering the challenges. People who are answering these challenges or sending us their answers and sending us their pictures, we will call them to IIT. That is one inam, and maybe some other inam if Anurag wants to announce, or somebody from IIT wants to announce. We can only call you here in IIT. So please do that. We want to see the longest mala you can make. And by the way, why is this important? These are the ways that when you send things in space, you want everything to fit very closely, right? अगर आपकी 3 मीटर की माला है, 30 मीटर की माला है, इतनी बड़ी फैला के रखेंगे तो जगह बहुत घेर लेगा, तो उसको वाइंड करके रखेंगे ना. That's why it will stay in less area, less space. It will take less space. That is exactly how our cells do absorption in our intestine. And maybe I don't know if there is an image of villi. Let me just show you right here. Image of villi. Image of villi in intestine. Okay. Yeah. So you will see, hopefully. Okay. Let me just take you to window capture. Okay. You see this picture right here? And let me show you the big picture, right? Small intestine. Okay. And let me increase the picture. And let me make this. This is, you see, whatever you see on this right hand side, control. Okay. This picture right here is basically how you are seeing those folds. That is exactly how things happen inside our intestine, because right. So let me just take this off. Okay. And this is the other picture. You see, this is how the length gets maximized. In our case, the length gets maximized. In this case, the area gets maximized. Okay. So I hope you saw why this was important. Why this thing of conserving area. This is how our bodies, or lots of people who do engineering and science and STEM, they basically use this technology to maximize length. In other case, maximize area and fit it all in a small place. Exactly how if you see, this is exactly how we in the ball of ऊन का गोले को क्या बोलते हैं? ऊन के गोले को अंग्रेजी में क्या बोलते हैं? Ball of wool. That ball of wool, it is such a long piece of thread. In fact, that was another question that we had asked earlier, and maybe this is a challenge for you. Okay, imagine you have a ball of wool which is 10 centimeter, let's say 10 centimeter diameter. What is the length of the wool? कितनी लंबाई है उस ऊन की पूरी, उसकी कितनी बड़ी माला बनेगी? Imagine only your gola is 10 centimeter long. Your gola meaning your ball of wool is 10 centimeter long. What is the length of the wool? And you will be surprised with the answer. लगता नहीं है एक गोले में, साधारण से गोले में कितनी बड़ी ऊन आती है वो. That is the magic of this small thing, small piece of paper. And imagine small piece of paper 30 meter long. I just showed you 30 meter. Oops, कैमरे में दिख क्यों नहीं रहा? हाँ, 30 meter. Yeah. Oops. Okay, whatever. 30 meter long wool, unka gola. So I hope you can do this anytime, every time. Let's see. Let's have this challenge. Whoever makes the longest mala with A4 paper wins the award, wins the prize. Okay. So and it's good. And I think this is where the whole point of us doing this Sparkle series is that we look at very simple things. We do some activity, and how that activity is related to lots of science that gets used in our daily life, in our body, and things like that. And that is what we will try to do in this whole time. All right, so let's move on. Let's do something else. Now we are going to look at some very interesting activities. I showed you this. Some very interesting activities we will do with paper. All right. And so first thing we are going to do, and I'm sure a lot of people have done this already, but we are going to do, this is another activities. Hopefully everybody has paper ready with themselves. If not, please make sure you get a paper. मैं थोड़ा दूसरा वाला पेपर ले लेता हूँ ताकि आपको कैमरे में स्लाइड दिखाई दे. Normal piece of paper, and you can take a used paper. No need to make a full paper. But I want you to now make a triangle from this paper. Triangle समझते हैं सभी लोग? Anybody who does not understand triangle, please raise your hand, and I can tell you what a triangle is. But a special triangle. Special triangle मतलब triangle whose all three sides are equal. So from this paper, make a triangle whose all three sides are equal, and we call that triangle equilateral triangle. उस त्रिकोण को समबाहु त्रिकोण बोलते हैं. But we will make a triangle all of whose three sides are equal from this simple piece of paper. साधारण A4 paper, triangle, but no scale, no compass, only paper, no scissor also. You no need to cut and all of that. Okay, simple paper, long triangle from this paper, but whose all three sides are equal. Please, you have 1 minute. And maybe we should start the music while all of this is going on, ना? ऐसा करना चाहिए ना? किसमें रहता है हमारा म्यूजिक? इसमें म्यूजिक रहता है, ले आता हूँ. Copy. Okay, so you should hear the music. Let me know, Jay, if you hear the music. Okay. Not yet. अभी सुनाई दे रहा है? Good. So, and I will switch this off. once the time period is over. So आपको म्यूजिक सुनाई दे रहा है सब लोगों को? अच्छी बात है, ये बढ़िया बढ़िया म्यूजिक है, आराम से सुनिए और मैं इसकी म्यूजिक की आवाज़ तेज कर देता हूँ। आराम से म्यूजिक सुनिए। आपको क्या करना है, ये जेनवी दक्षिण कन्नड़ आई रियली लाइक, द होल क्लास इज डूइंग इट. Why can why are other people are not doing like that? I think we should give some award to this Dakshin Kannada GNV. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful. This is so nice to see, so nice to hear. Dakshin Kannada, maybe we should go. Dakshin Kannada, if they invite us, we would really like to go to Karnataka. Wow, it is so amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kota Sudharani, Kota madam से भी, Kota से भी है madam, दिखाइए जरूर. You know, this is very nice. Whoever is doing, just revolve the camera around. Kota Sudharani ma'am, don't close the video. Very nice, very nice. Okay, next activity, guys. I can see. So we are hoping JNV Dakshin Kannada, you get the record for the longest mala. Longest. You remember? 30 meter lambi, 30 meter long. All right. Okay. ओके, नेक्स्ट चैलेंज, ये कागज है. नेक्स्ट चैलेंज, ट्रायंगल बनाना है. ट्रायंगल, वेरी सिंपल ट्रायंगल. ऑल थ्री साइड्स इक्वल, ऑल थ्री साइड्स इक्वल. ओके, सो मे बी आई शुड स्विच ऑफ द म्यूजिक, है ना जी? ऑफ कर दूं? मुझे सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, सो आई डोंट नो. ये सब बच्चे माला बना रहे हैं यार. गुड, इट इज सो नाइस, नाइस टू हियर, नाइस टू सी किड्स डूइंग द माला. म्यूजिक बंद कर देता हूँ या म्यूजिक कम कर देता हूँ. Nice, very nice. You know, I think Anurag, it will be nice to highlight all the others who are doing this. That is what the whole idea is. This is Rajkumar. Maybe in the name you should tell the which school it is. I can see these girls, Rajkumar, but you know, Rajkumar नहीं, Rajkumari होना चाहिए. Very nice. Yeah, I can see. So nice to see. Which school is this? Rajkumar school. I don't know. Anyways, okay. कोई जना घर से कर रहा है. I am also done from KB number 1, चकेरी कानपुर. Alright, ठीक है जी, आगे बढ़ते हैं. ट्रायंगल. ये हो गया, नहीं तो पूरे टाइम हम माला ही बनाते रह जाएंगे. अब ट्रायंगल करना है भाई. So let's do the triangle. ओहो, ये बच्चे ने तो बहुत पतला बना दिया है. ओह, आभा पॉल, अरुण आभा पॉल. Alright. Jay, we should let me know when we should start. You can chip in, you can ask question. भाई किसी को बनाना है, बनाया है. Anybody else who has done anything with the triangle? Should I go ahead? Should I show you? Okay, let me start because otherwise, you know, this is face to face में और कुछ रहता. 13 participants raised their hands. All right. So let me take you to overhead. So what was the question? The question was, you have to make a triangle from this paper. Such that, music off कर देता हूँ. You have to make a triangle from this paper such that all three sides of the triangle are same. Okay, very simple. So what people normally do is what we normally do is we just know this is how we make a triangle. Okay, so we just take this piece of paper and what we do is we do like this, right? Normally this is what we do. Okay, and then the remaining thing we fold and we say, and we clear this bottom thing. Okay, and we say that this is the triangle. Very good. But you see, is this triangle equilateral? Which means all three sides are the same? No. Why? Because you see, how to measure this side with respect to this side. I will take this, fold it such that this side lies on the other side, like this. And you see, they appear to be exactly same, right? They are exactly same. So these two sides are same. How about this side? For that, I will fold this side and bring it on this side, like this. But now, you see, this comes only till here. ये दूसरी वाली, the bottom is this much bigger, right? This one comes only till this point. So which means this side is this much bigger. These sides are not equal. So this cannot be equilateral. So what we will do? We will fold it like this. Okay, we think उसको छोटा कर देते हैं. So this side, the biggest side became smaller, but still these two sides are equal. You can put it like this, but this side is bigger. Why? If you take this side, put it here, again this is this much bigger. So अब क्या करेंगे? एक बार और मोड़ देंगे. But same thing is happening. Again, this side is bigger. And I can keep folding, I can keep folding. What is happening is that the shape of the triangle remains exactly the same. It is also called the right isosceles triangle. So you see, all of these triangles are 90 degrees. ये 90 degree लग रहा है ना? Almost. शुरू वाला तो था भी, first वाला. Why was this 90? Because this was the corner of the paper. This was the corner of a square. So this has to be 90, right? But when we folded like this, this one became 90, right? And now this one became 90, right? And so all the times, and the two sides are same, and that is called right isosceles triangle. A triangle whose two sides are same, so isosceles, and one angle is 90 degree, therefore right isosceles. And right isosceles can never be equilateral. Equilateral के लिए right angle तो हो ही नहीं सकता. A right angle triangle can never be equilateral because one side which is opposite to the 90 degrees is always the biggest side. That is the definition. They call it hypotenuse. So if there is anything biggest, then it cannot be equilateral. In equilateral, all three sides are exactly same. 3 बच्चों के 100 नंबर आए हैं, कौन से कैसे बोलेंगे सबसे ज्यादा किसके नंबर आए हैं? भारत में एक्चुअली ये भी बड़ी परेशानी है. Sometimes I have read news that in some exam, in IIT exam or NEET exam or whatever exam or board exam, three children get same number of marks. Then the way we decide is based on the age or the date somebody was born. And I think this happened very recently, and it was very hilarious in some sense, but it is also bad for that child. That just because that child was born sometime later or before, number तो बराबर आए थे. Anyways, कहीं और पहुंच गए. So in equilateral, all three sides have to be same. So this will not work. This what I just showed you will not work. All these triangles are exactly same. They are called similar triangles. Their shape is exactly the same. So first triangle was this triangle. Here. The next triangle was this triangle. ये छोटा वाला. फिर ये वाला हो गया. ओके, मैं थोड़ा दूसरा पेन ले लेता हूँ ताकि आपको अच्छी से दिखे. पहला ट्रायंगल ये वाला था, the one in the green. Okay, then I divided into half, then I got this triangle. Then I divided into half, I got this triangle. Then I divided into half, goes this triangle. Then I did this triangle, this triangle, this triangle. ऐसे ऐसे करते रहेंगे, छोटा होता रहेगा. लेकिन this triangle, all triangles are exactly same. Same मतलब similar, shape same है. ये वाला ट्रायंगल इसका आधा है, exactly half. You see, this is here and this is also here. So this is exactly half of area. Half area. Not half side, and we will talk about this later. So anyways, this is what is happening in this. When you fold like this, not equilateral, fold like this, same shape, but half area. Same shape, half area. Same shape, half area. Triangle not equilateral. Okay. So what do we do? अब क्या करें? Equilateral बनाना है. कैसे बनाएंगे? Okay. So for that, I'm going to show you one trick. And then hopefully you can do the same trick on your end. Okay? कैमरे में ठीक दिखाई दे रहे? हाँ, on. Okay, very good. Now let's see how we make an equilateral, and let me show you. This is how my paper, here looks like. Okay. So what we do is first fold it in half, like this, along the length. You can do it along with me. Please, everybody can do it along with me. Okay. Fold it in half along the length. All right. All right, like this. And you know this line that comes in the middle? Very special line. Okay. And I will talk about this line later. But what it does is, we have folded this paper in half. And then what we are going to do is take one point, this corner, and bring it this corner and bring it right on this middle line. यहाँ पर ये जो point है ना, middle की line पर, such that the other fold passes through the corner. Okay, like this. This corner, this end should be on the corner. here, and then this should pass through the edge. Okay, like this, and then we fold it. And this magically, my dear friends, you see, I will draw a line here, and you can, you know, थोड़े मोटे मोटे पेन से कर देता हूं ताकि दोनों के ऊपर बन जाए ये. All right. This is our equilateral triangle. You will say equilateral कहाँ है? तो एक ही लाइन बनाइए. This one, and all you have to do is join this from here. Okay, and I'm just not using a scale, but you can use the scale. This is equilateral triangle. Guarantee 100%. Okay, equilateral triangle hai. Why? I'm going to just prove you in a minute. Prove it to you. You see, equilateral triangle ki kya definition? And these two sides are same. All three sides are same. So this side and this side are same. Why? Because I fold it like this. So bottom side and this side are same. You see? Because I fold it like this. Hai na? This is very obvious that this whole side is equal to this side because I fold it like this. Why? So this side is same as this side. Okay. This side is same as this side. And what is interesting is that where did I put these points? On the middle, on this middle line. There is something special about this line called the middle line. You know what this is called? It's called the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Why? Because it bisects, it divides this line in exactly two parts. So that's why it's a bisector. Anything that divides the line into equal parts is called a bisector. And it is also perpendicular, which means this is 90 degrees. Why is it perpendicular? Whenever we did this in the last series, right? Whenever you put a line on a line, the middle line is the angle bisector. Okay? हमेशा याद रखिए, पिछली बार वो जो हमने क्या नाम बताया था उसका, जो कागज से खेल के MIT का प्रोफेसर बन गया, that guy, Eric Demain, he also did that. Okay, so what you have to realize is that anytime you keep a line, fold this line on this line, this angle gets divided into equal parts. This whole angle gets divided into two equal parts. This whole angle is, we know, 180 degrees. So if we divide 180 into half, this is 90 degrees. That's why it's a bisector, because we put one corner onto the other, so two equal parts, and this is 90 degrees, perpendicular bisector. And the property of the perpendicular bisector is that any point you take on this perpendicular bisector, it is equidistant from here and here. ये point, कोई सा भी point ले लीजिए, इस point की दूरी इस point से और इस point से equal है. This point, any point on the perpendicular bisector is equal, and you can use, for those in grade 8, there is something we call symmetry of the triangles, congruence of the triangles, and this property is called RHS property. Why? Because this is right angle, this is bisector. SAS, sorry. Using SAS, you can show that a perpendicular bisector is equidistant from 2 points. You can, I think the camera is just gone, battery chali gayi, मैं उसमें वो बदल देता हूँ. Let me just change my battery and come. So meanwhile I can, just let me change the battery. Just 1 minute, I will change the battery.
Meanwhile, if you have any questions, let us just know. अंकुर है 7वीं कक्षा के, उनका सवाल है कि आपने तो हमें सिर्फ पेपर ही यूज करने का बोला है, why and you have used the pen. So pen has been used just to illustrate you. That's the thing. Otherwise by just folding this paper, you can make an equilateral triangle. No use of a scale or a compass has been used here.
And
Meanwhile,
is
anybody?
RHS property?
Yeah, Amruta, can you repeat what you were asking?
This is RHS property because
No, SAS.
How can we do the homework of today?
What is the question?
How can we do the
homework? Which
Yes.
homework?
of season 2?
Oh, see, we will give you the season 2 homework. We will tell you in the end. It is online, and the link will be there, and you can open the Google Doc and then answer the questions. All right. Okay. So let's come back. कहाँ पर थे हम? Let's start.
Yeah, we were at equilateral triangle.
Okay, overhead. So we were there at this equilateral triangle, and what we were saying were two important things, two very important things. One was that anytime you fold a line and keep one line on itself, the middle line is the angle bisector. But if it's a straight line, it will become a perpendicular bisector. And all the points on this perpendicular bisector are equidistant from these 2 points using SAS property. Why? Because if you take these two triangles, this one and this one, this side is common, so S, this angle is equal A, and this side got bisected. So SAS, these two triangles are equal, hence this side is equal to this side. And we saw that bottom side is same as this side is same as this side, so this triangle is equilateral, hence proved. हो गया भैया काम खत्म. So this is how we made this triangle, you see, which is equilateral triangle. Okay. All right. Now something very interesting we can do. We folded this. All right. We are going to do something even more magical. ये जो बचा हुआ कागज है, इसको वापस मोड़ दिया. Okay. And you will see and also prove that this, what you see, is also an equilateral triangle. And this is in fact ये वाला triangle, ये जो दूसरा वाला fold कभी करके बनाया ना, इसको मैं बना देता हूँ दूसरे कलर से. Let me show you with this other color, this one. एक पेन मेरा थोड़ा सा रेड वाला चल रहा है क्या दूसरा कोई? Let me just show you this. Okay, this triangle that you are seeing now is the bigger. So this red triangle is bigger than the green triangle, but they are both equilateral. Green के लिए क्या करा? पहले आधे में मोड़ा और एक कॉर्नर उठाकर बीच की लाइन पर रख दिया, तो ये ग्रीन वाला. And then जो बचा हुआ पार्ट था, the remaining paper I fold on itself, and what you get is this red triangle, and this red triangle is also equilateral, and you can prove it. And what you can also show is that and this is the biggest possible equilateral triangle in this space of paper that you can make. And in fact, this is another homework for you or challenge for you. All of these lines that you see here, all these angles, maybe you should find out what these angles are, right? All these angles, ये वाला, 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 जितने भी एंगल्स आपको दिख रहे हैं, सब बताइए कितने एंगल हैं. इसको मार्क कर दीजिए, पूरे पेपर को रंग दीजिए. How many, whatever the size of all of these angles, you know, just do that. Okay. Okay. And this is the longest possible. One even more interesting thing I wanted to show, and I'm just going to show you right now, is that why is this biggest? You see, what we have done is this triangle, right? If we keep this end fixed of where my finger is, this end of my triangle, if I keep it fixed and I move this point along this side, this point will move along this side, and so it is like turning the equilateral triangle. Okay, it is almost like turning the equilateral triangle. I wish I can make something like that right now and show you. Maybe I should do that right now. Let me just quickly make an equilateral triangle and show you how to turn, how it is turning, maybe with a red paper. Okay, so just give me a minute. I will do this again, exercise again in front of you. Let's repeat this exercise so that I can show you the turning also. So first what I do, I'm repeating this for everybody. Okay, take this paper, fold it in half, and then take this corner, and then your corner we put it in the middle, and this fold should pass through the other corner of the paper. One corner should come in the middle, the other passes through like that, and this is how we make this equilateral triangle. Let me just make this triangle. Okay, then this one goes over here. Let me just cut this, so, or fold it so that you can see. Fold it along so that you only see the triangle. You don't see anything else. Like this. This. Okay. Okay. So this is my triangle. I will cut it and then show it to you in a minute. Just cut it. So there you go. So now I wanted to show you that I have this triangle, you see, same size. This is my equilateral triangle. I keep this corner fixed, where I put my finger fixed. And I can move this like this, slowly, slowly, slowly. You see, such that this point moves along this line and this upper point moves along the top line. And you see, then what happens is this triangle gets bigger, 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 bigger. And finally, when it becomes flat, the triangle has become, earlier it was this much big, it has become this much more big. Itna bada ho gaya. Right? Because this side, this red one is bigger than this green one. That's why it has become bigger. All right. And most interesting thing here was that if I move some distance here, let's say this much, and let me measure it and show it. Measure matlab, let's take the pen cap. Okay, this much. Let's say we move this point so much till this point, and then join it using some black pen, let's say. Okay. Similarly, we move this point also this much along this line. Kitna? Itna hilaya tha na? Itna. So this much. You see. And then I will join these black lines, these 2 points also. And you can prove and show that even this black that you see is actually equilateral triangle. Green is equilateral, black and red. So धीरे धीरे ये black one बढ़ता चला जाएगा. ये जितना इधर खिसकाया, how much you have shifted this point on this line, you shift this point also along this line, and always keep joining, joining, joining. This point will finally come here. This point will finally come here, which also means that this side must be equal to this side, and you can prove all of that. वो तो है ही. Why? Because you know, like this. This side is equal to this side, and because these two are parallel lines, उसमें transversal है, so this side must be equal to this side. So therefore, this must be equal to this. This must be equal to this. Why? Because I folded like this, and this is same as this. Why? Because it's a transversal. This is another parallel line, so it divides it. So this is how it is, right? Very interesting. If this is, and using Pythagoras theorem, you can also say that if, let's say, this is x and this is side 1, this side must be square root of 1 plus x square, black one. Similarly, this must also be square root of 1 plus x square. Why? Because this is 1. Why this one? Because this is 1, this is 1, this is also x. So you can also show and prove using your basic geometry that this length must also be this length must also be root 3 1 plus x square. Uska proof hum abhi nahi dikha rahe because it becomes a little maybe we will show the proof somewhere later in the video, but for now this is okay. So yeah, this is how you make the largest possible triangle in a A4 paper. And कल को अगर आपको कोई बोलता है no, I just make me a equilateral triangle in this paper. Okay, let me take a strip out, or maybe let me make a square out of this. And you see, or simple strip of paper. And let's say somebody asks you, can you make an equilateral triangle in this paper? ये छोटा सा पेपर. अभी क्या करेंगे? वो ही कर देंगे. So that you make an equilateral triangle, so that its height, the biggest possible equilateral triangle, so that its height is same as this. Same thing. You fold it in half, like we did earlier. Okay. And then you take this thing and put it like this. Okay. Like this. That's it. And then remaining you fold like this. Okay. और ये बन गया इक्विलैटरल. This is equilateral. और बनाना है और बन गया. और बनाना है और बन गया. And you can keep doing it. And you can keep doing it. You see, I have made one big long chain of equilateral triangles. You see, like this. And in fact, अभी नया खेल मेरे दिमाग में आ गया यार. But if we can make 10 of these, I can make a beautiful thing called the Flexagon. And maybe we'll show you the video next time. But like this. Simple strip of paper. Mountains. Lots of mountains on a paper. Lots of mountains on a paper. How? Hold it like this. Take the side. Hold it like this. And then keep doing like this. Maybe I'll show you in overhead. Again, I'm repeating this. You can make mountains of equilateral. Fold it in half. Take one corner. Hold it such that this end comes on the middle point or the midline. This is one. And then keep folding like this. This. Very simple. Very simple. All equilateral triangles. And if you fold 10 of these, you make a 2D flexagon. And that is something we are going to, maybe not this time, maybe do it next time. Or we have a video, we can send you the video. So that is how you do whatever. Now let's do something even more interesting. We just made equilateral triangle. But what if I were to ask you that I don't want exact equilateral, I want almost equilateral. Okay, almost. Okay, तो उसके लिए मैं देखता हूँ ये वाला कलर ठीक आएगा क्या? ये कलर ठीक आ रहा है. This is visible. Okay. Yeah, इधर ही कर दो. So another trick, another very interesting. We want to make an equilateral triangle, but something very interesting, okay? And almost, okay? So another trick to make this equilateral triangle, and let me take you and show you here. First step is almost similar, that you fold it in half, right? Fold it in half. Then later on I will show you in my overhead camera because then it becomes more interesting. Now I fold it like this. Somewhere, not necessarily in the middle, but somewhere like this. I fold it so much, इतना ज़्यादा नहीं मोड़ेंगे, इतना कम भी नहीं मोड़ेंगे. We fold it so much so that that remaining paper, this remaining, fits exactly on this paper. So if I do it like this, you see, this is less. This side did not come all the way till here. What I wanted this to come all the way till here. So this is less. So I have to make this also less. I will make this a little bit less. Now let us see. Almost. अभी भी थोड़ा कम रह गया तो एक और बार और कर देते हैं, थोड़ा सा और कम कर देते हैं, like this much. And now you see it should come exactly. Okay? हो गया? Exact. Almost exact हो गया. Almost and exact. Right? So what did we do? We just folded the paper, opened the paper, folded it in half, then folded it so much so that the remaining paper comes on top of this paper. Okay, that's it. And you will see this extra paper lying here, and we will cut this. We will cut. Okay, तो अब मैं आगे दिखा देता हूँ. Right? And so you see, this is actually an equilateral triangle, exactly an equilateral triangle. But when I open it, it's a hexagon. Why? Because my paper was this and I folded it 3 times. And so when I open, of course, it's an equilateral triangle. What we wanted, it's a hexagon. And what we wanted was a hexagon. And so what I'm going to do now, this is the same. This folding thing is same as cutting, or cutting is same as folding. I'm going to cut along this base, but perpendicular to the line. You remember, whenever we fold or cut perpendicular to a straight line, it will become a 90 degree, 180 degree, whatever, right? I mean, so whenever you fold a 180 degree line upon a line, you get a 90 degree line. Similarly, when you cut 90 degree to a fold, you get a straight line. So this time what I'm going to do is cut from the middle so that my 90 degree line passes from the corner in the top or something in the top. And you see. This piece comes out, and what I have is this triangle. Is this equilateral? No. Is this equilateral? No. Is this equilateral? Definitely not. But this one is. This one exactly is. And what I happened is what I'm going to show you right here is this was the piece of paper that was remaining, right? I kept it like this, no? I had it like this. These two were like this and I cut it in the middle. So I got this part. This became equilateral. And this is the remaining part of the hexagon. And you will exactly see that it fits the hexagon. You see, that is exactly what has happened. Whatever was hexagon before has become this. This was hexagon before, right? Okay. So we had this hexagon out of which we chopped from the fold. So we got this hexagon got converted to a our hexagon got converted to a equilateral triangle, right? Like this hexagon got converted to an equilateral triangle. So this is the part that remained in the middle. Okay, so we take this out. Now I will show you something else. Last time I cut it like this, perpendicular to the base. This time I am going to cut at an angle, right? Like this, at an angle, not 90 degrees, not 90 degrees, but at an angle. Okay, like this, at an angle from here all the way to the corner, right? So earlier I was cutting like this. This is 90 degrees. This time I'm going to cut like this. This is not 90 degrees. This is acute angle. Okay, less than 90. And let me do it. What do you think will happen? You can maybe unmute your mic or maybe not, because फिर सब लोग ना बोलने लग जाए. And let me open what happens. You see, from triangle it became a hexagon, a star. And you will say, oh, this is not a hexagon, this is a star. No, 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 it is a hexagon. Earlier what we had was, this was my hexagon. This point was outside. This point has come inside. You see, it has still 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is my hexagon. Earlier, this point was outside, and maybe you use another, this point was outside. And now this point has moved inside. Okay. So this is still a hexagon. Why did triangle became a hexagon? Because we cut it at an angle. So when you cut at an angle, you get 2 lines. But if I cut it perpendicular, I will again get a triangle. Okay. So now let me show you something else. This time I will cut this corner, but at an angle. What is going to happen? Because I cut something in the middle, I should see a hole. And because I cut it at an angle, I should see a hexagonal hole. Very nice, a hexagonal hole. And now if I were to ask you, oh, instead of a hexagonal hole, can we have a hole? Can we have a triangular hole? Yes, of course. All we have to do is, instead of cutting at this angle, let's cut it at 90 degrees. Let's cut it at 90 degrees to this baseline. Okay, like this. This is almost 90. Yeah. And now when I open, jadoo, jadoo. See, it's a triangle. This is exactly so yeah, Mercedes angle of Mercedes, symbol of Mercedes. We cut something in anytime. Remember, the basic thing is, anytime you fold a line on a line 90 degrees, but you fold a line at an angle not 90 degrees. So similarly, when you cut it perpendicular, it will become a straight line, but when you cut at an angle, you know, it will not be a straight line, it will be cut at an angle. That is what we are going to use. Okay, now let's take this activity and take it one step further. And this, I think, is the most amazing thing. Hopefully, we will also give you homework for the same activity, or something that you have to do on your own. Okay. Yes. So let me just take you to overhead, and I will do this again so that for your practice. Okay. What did we do? First thing, we folded it in half. Then we fold it such that the remaining part folds on top of this guy. So this time is I got practice and I did it exactly all right. And then, you know, I cut it like this. This will become a hexagon. Okay. थोड़ा और ऊपर कर देता हूँ. This becomes a hexagon. All right. But if I cut it from the middle, if I were to cut it from here, then I will get a, you know, a equilateral triangle. So this time I'm not going to cut. What I'm going to do is fold it in one more time. Okay, and then I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to draw something here. You see, like this. Okay, like this, and then now I'm going to cut along these lines. All right, ये जो मैंने यहीं पर line बनाई है ना, ये I'm going to cut along these lines. ठीक है, ये मैंने hexagon बनाया था और उसके बाद मैंने इसको ऐसे काट दिया. And then again from here, and then here, and then something here also. Okay. All right. So you see, this is the shape, and let me show you right here. This is what I have now, and I open it. ये actually सर बहुत बड़ा हो गया, इसको थोड़ा और छोटा कर देता हूँ. Okay, now I open it like this, and now open it like this, and I open it more, and I open it more, I open it more, and this is Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. 6 girls holding their hands with each other. 6 girls holding their hands with each other. This is how, you know, and we did one cut in like that, and then 6 girls. You see, I wish our schools and classrooms become as interesting. It is very interesting activity for, you know, especially this Sparkle series Vigyan Jyoti, right? 6 girls. So I'm hoping you guys can do this on your own, but there's a challenge. So you should make sure that you repeat this, but what we want is you make 5 girls or 7 girls or 9 girls, odd number, not 6. Okay, 6 is something, of course, first try with 6, then try with 5 or 7 or 9. 5, 7, 9, and you know, अगर आप 19 कर देते हैं तो आपको इनाम देंगे. So if you can do 19 and above, then again it's a challenge for you. Make this with one paper only, one paper, single paper and A4 paper. No, बड़ा वाला नहीं ले लें, वो बहुत बड़ा ले लिया आपने. One paper, A4 paper. Try 5, 7 or 9 and keep increasing, and anybody does 19, anybody who does 19, please send us a picture, video, all of that. Again, challenge, inam. Inam is we call you here to spend some time with our whole team. So any comments from anybody, and then we move on to the next thing. And you can ask, why is it that we are doing all of these things, right? I mean, you can ask, you kya kar rahe hain? Like I said, these are the things that make it so. अगर आप मेरी अभी टेबल देखोगे ना, मैं आपको टेबल दिखाता हूँ अपनी. You know, मैं अपना कैमरा निकाल के आपको दिखाता हूँ. क्या This is how I wish, you see, this is how my setup is. This is how you are seeing 2 camera setup. One camera is right here, this one, the other one is at the back. Then this is my table. This is my computer on which I am broadcasting. This is another computer on which I show, videos. ये बंद क्यों हो गया है पता नहीं. और यहाँ पर मैं आपको दिखाना चाह रहा था ये जो इतना सारा सामान पड़ा हुआ है. This is what I wanted. You see all these things right here and right here. The idea is that this is how you can make the class more interesting and get to enjoy science and mathematics in the way it should be enjoyed, right? You see, even underneath, you see all the things that I was going to show you. All those things are right here. नीचे भी खूब सारे कागज झालर सब पड़े हैं. That is how I hope the learning can and should be. Okay, let's bring it back here. Okay, this is why I'm saying we should do. The messier your the messier your class is like this. ऐसा क्लास होना चाहिए. सब जगह कागज ही कागज पड़े हैं. पूरी जगह कागज कैंची. जितना ऐसा मेसी क्लास होगा उतना ही मजा आएगा. उतना ही क्लास में और उतना ही काम में मजा आएगा. I hope. All right.
बहुत मजा आ गया सर.
बहुत मजा आया. अच्छा, और किसी को कुछ कहना हो तो बताइए. Then we move on to the next thing. आज बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. आज हमारी pace थोड़ी we are doing a little bit slow pace so that all of you can do it together. Otherwise, pace if it is very much. Then.
Yes sir, sure sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, it is fun. Anybody, any questions, any comments? Please speak.
सर आप अच्छी चीजें बनाते हो.
A.M. Benny Chan, very good, Benny Chan. Anurag, Jay, maybe you can show some participant things, whatever people have done. Maybe it's a good time to just show. I will switch on the music. Please show what people have done, and I'll grab some water so that they also see what people have done. Jay, please highlight. Anurag, please highlight. I'll just get water.
Anyone, if you have made something and wanted to show, this is the time you should. Yeah, I saw the message of an Amrita saying that unko hexagon की जगह heptagon मिल गया. So then maybe you wanted to.
आपका तो आंसर आ गया. Yeah. Anybody who wants to show. दक्षिण कन्नड़ा क्या करा आपने? दक्षिण कन्नड़ा. अदिति सिंह, विनोद तिवारी.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right, I can see JNV Bellari has done something. Let me just put that in the spotlight.
JNV Bellari, 11. Benny Chan. Gadag, what have you done? Gadag, Gadag. Lot of children are being seen. Gadag ko highlight.
Gadak ko, okay.
Gadag.
सर आपसे क्वेश्चन किया था कि पेपर से कंटेनर वाला कि उसके 1.5 लीटर का कंटेनर बनाना है. सर आपने कहा कि आप दिखाओगे.
ओह, आपने बहुत सही सवाल पूछा है कि 1.5 लीटर का उसको कंटेनर बनाना था और मैं उसका आपको बताता हूँ करना क्या है, तो आप खुद बनाइएगा.
Where can we get the homework link?
What is your name? Whoever is asking the 1.5 liter.
अनिष्का प्रजापति.
Prajapati. What Prajapati? Anishka Prajapati. Anishka, please send me one email, okay? And I am going to give you that answer.
Excuse
also.
me.
Okay. Kota Sudharani, again, very good job. Sir, Hindi is not understanding. Tell me in English. Okay, I am telling in English only. Reshma,
Excuse me.
So let me first answer 1.5 liter. So yeah, it is very good. We will do. So basically what we were trying to say was that the most interesting the object, music बंद कर दो ना the most thing that has the shape which has the largest volume to surface area ratio मतलब is a sphere. Okay, so the area of the paper is fixed, which is 30 by 20, and so how can you make a sphere out of वो मेरे पास पड़ा हुआ नहीं है क्या? Let me just check if I will show you 1.5 liter. Let me give you that answer. Give me 1 minute. Here it is. Other thing is missing. I will try to get you the answer. Akansha, I will try to get you the answer next time, because this time that thing is missing. I don't see it right now. I will try to give you the answer, but partial answer is right here. Okay, the partial answer is that, and the calculation, like I said, is any object whose a sphere has the maximum volume. So what you have to do is convert your paper into long strips like this. इसमें दिख रहा नहीं है, इसमें दिखेगा. Okay, long strips of paper like this, and then fold it so that they become a sphere. And this shape will be a sine wave. So basically what you have to do is, if this is your paper, let me show you. If this is my paper and I will take the black pen. Okay, this area is 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter. Okay, this remains the same, and I have to make a sphere out of it whose area will also remain same. So this is 4 pi times r square. So this radius will come to, can we calculate this quickly? 600 divided by 4 pi. Let me just do it right now. 600 divided by 4 pi. Calculator. 600 by 600 divided by 4 divided by okay, 47. So this is about 47 or almost 50 मान लेते हैं, roughly 50 centimeter. Okay, and so my volume will be 4 by 3 pi times 50 cube. Okay, so let me just do that right now for you, and let me also show you on the screen what I'm doing. Right, all cancelled. So what is happening is 4 times 3.14 times 50 times 50 times 50. This is this much, and divided by 3. Oh, गड़बड़ कर दी. It is not 50, इसका square root लेना था. My mistake. It will come out to 7. Sorry. So first thing was 600. Okay, my mistake. Overhead. So this first thing was 30 times 2 is 4 pi r square. The r is not 50. It will come to 7 if you take out. Okay. So the volume will be 4 by 3 times pi times 7 cube. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let me also show you why I did that. 30 star 20. Oh, this is overhead. 30 times 20, 600 divided by, okay, divided by 4, okay, and divided by 3.14, and you want to square root of answer. Okay, 6.9. So that's why I said 7. All right, so around 7. So now 4 times 3.14 times 7 times 7 times 7, and then is this much divided by 3. 1436 दिख रहा है, 1436 cc. So almost 1.5 liters, almost one, not 1.5, less than 1.5. 1436. So this will give you overhead about 1.45 liters. और कैसे बनाएंगे? आपको अपने कागज की लंबी लंबी स्ट्रिप्स काटनी है, like this. Whole कागज, you cut it in strips like this and then paste it so that it becomes a hollow sphere. And I'm going to show you the picture of that next time. But लंबी लंबी स्ट्रिप्स काटकर पहले एक गोला बना दिया स्ट्रिप का, फिर उसके ऊपर दूसरी स्ट्रिप, उसके ऊपर तीसरी स्ट्रिप, ऐसे स्ट्रिप के स्ट्रिप पर स्ट्रिप. Of course, the bottom most will be longer, the next one will be shorter, and so on and so forth. पूरी स्ट्रिप इस्तेमाल कर दीजिए. 7 सेंटीमीटर का गोला बनाना, सबसे नीचे वाला 7 सेंटीमीटर का सबसे नीचे वाला बनाएंगे, उसके ऊपर उसके बड़ा, तो ये तो आधा गोला हो जाएगा, और ऐसा पूरा आप गोला बना देंगे.
It will look something like this, sir.
आप दिखा दीजिए, जय मेरे पास पड़ा नहीं था, एक सेकंड.
I have put it in a spotlight.
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये जो जय ने बनाया है ये आधा गोला है, और इसी को पूरा गोला कर देंगे. ओके, एंड रेडियस विल बी ऑफ कोर्स लाइक आई सेड 6.5 कर लीजिए, 6.5, और छोटी छोटी स्ट्रिप्स काटिएगा. That is the longest possible volume. Okay, so that was Akansha Prajapati. Thank you for that question. Anybody else? Time भी हो गया 4:30. He wanted to do A4 sheet, वो तो हुआ ही नहीं. A4 का तो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. Okay, क्या करा जाए? Anurag, what should we do?
Sir, we can take 5-10 minutes more. चलेगा.
और 5-10 में तो होगा नहीं. 5-10 में we can just think, ask them to think about A4 and then do A4 next time, or what should we do?
Sir, up to you, sir. थोड़ा बहुत चलेगा, 10-12 minutes also. Not a big problem.
Okay.
I think students are enjoying, so all good.
Okay. I don't know. We should ask the students. Should we continue? We should ask whether we should continue or stop, because time is over.
Yes, sir.
So anyways, we will just have these 2 questions for you, and then you can think about them. Okay. First question for you is, you know, this paper that I have in my hand is called A4 paper. Okay. My question to you is, why it is called A4 paper? What is 4? Why it is called 4? Why it is called, what is A4? What is 4 in A4? Okay. इसको A4 क्यों बोलते हैं? A100 क्यों नहीं बोलते? A20 क्यों नहीं बोलते? Why we call it A4? Why not anything else? And I'm going to show you something very interesting and magical. This paper has a very beautiful property. What? It is this paper only which has this property. The property is that you fold this paper in half, and what you get is another paper whose ratio of length to width is exactly same as this paper. This paper length to width, whatever it is the same as this. Length to width is same as this. If I fold once again, this again, same ratio. Keep folding however many times, same ratio. That is the beauty of this paper. And even more interesting is that the length of this is 297 millimeter, not 30 centimeter, 29.7 millimeter. Question is, why did they make it 29.7? Why not 30? Okay, that is the question. Why do they call it A4? And then what is that special ratio? What is that ratio? That if I fold in half, the ratio remains the same. I fold it once more, ratio remains the same. I keep folding it. You fold it 12 times, you become the world champion. Maybe I told you this last time. You fold it 43 times, you reach the moon. इस पेपर को 43 बार फोल्ड करोगे तो इसकी इतनी ऊंचाई हो जाएगी कि मून तक पहुंच जाएंगे, और इसको 56 बार फोल्ड करेंगे तो सन तक पहुंच जाएंगे, to the sun. And we will show you, maybe we will send you the PPT, or maybe we'll show you quickly next time the calculations of how to reach the sun or the moon or the wherever, just by folding this paper. And if you can fold the paper, the biggest world record is 11 times. तो अगर आपने ये 12 बार फोल्ड कर दिया खुशबू यादव, तो आपको इनाम मिल जाएगा, वर्ल्ड चैंपियन। सिर्फ इस कागज को 12 बार फोल्ड करना है, 12 बार 12 बार 12 बार फोल्ड कर दिया, आई थिंक यू विल बिकम द वर्ल्ड चैंपियन। खूब मोटा इनाम मिलेगा। द बिगेस्ट वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड इज बाय अ वुमन, अमेरिकन वुमन हु हैज फोल्डेड फॉर 11 टाइम्स। तो आप 12 बार फोल्ड करिए। हाँ जी, तो इसको A4 क्यों बोलते हैं? वो इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि अब ये मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूं, ये मैंने 16 A4 शीट्स लिए हैं और इनको जोड़ दिया है, और ये मैं आपको पीछे लेकर जाकर दिखाता हूँ ताकि आपको दिख जाए पूरा। ये हमारे सतीश भाई ने और इन्होंने बनाया है, ये देखिए, ये दिख रहा है? ये 4 पेपर ऐसे चौड़ाई में और 4 लंबाई में रखे हैं। आई थिंक दिखेगा नहीं, दिख रहा है क्या? अभी नहीं दिख रहा, पूरा वाइट ही वाइट दिख रहा है। तो 16 पेपर हमने लिए हैं, इतना बड़ा जो, ये इसको जूम आउट कर ले, जेब क्या करें, पीछे के फोटो गड़बड़ा देगा। ओके, अब दिख रहा है। इतना बड़ा जो पेपर है, ये आपके सामने ये जो दिखा रहे हैं, ये इतना बड़ा पेपर, ये 1 स्क्वायर मीटर है, 1 स्क्वायर मीटर। सो लेट मी नाउ bring it back. Okay, so this is 1 square meter and that is called A0. इस 1 स्क्वायर मीटर को अगर हम आधे में मोड़ दे, इट इज कॉल्ड A1। इसको और आधे में मोड़ दें, इट इज कॉल्ड A2। इसको और आधे में मोड़ दें, इट इज कॉल्ड A3। और इसको और आधे में मोड़ दें, इट इज कॉल्ड A4. This is my A4. Why? Because I start from A0 paper, which is 1 square meter. But every time I fold, the ratio remains the same. You see, this is A4, the standard paper. इसको डबल करा A3, रेशियो सेम है। इसको फिर डबल करा A2, इसको फिर डबल करा A1, और इसको फिर डबल करेंगे तो और ज्यादा बड़ा हो जाएगा, वो आपकी स्क्रीन में नहीं आएगा, तो इसलिए मैं दोबारा नहीं लिखा। Alright, this is the mystery of A4. Why is it called A4? Because we start from a paper which is 1 square meter, okay, and we fold it 4 times, so it's called A4. 5 times fold करेंगे तो A5 हो जाएगा। और खास बात क्या है कि उस पेपर का जो रेशियो है वो सेम है। अब सवाल है कि वो रेशियो सेम तो है, पर क्या है? ओके, तो वो भी दिखा देते हैं, एक सेकंड में मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ। What is that special ratio, that whatever it is, right? What is that ratio? Okay, and for that, and remember, it remains the same. This ratio remains the same, but what is that ratio? And the answer is very interesting. Okay, and उसमें एक हम 2 काम से करेंगे, एक सिंपल तरीके से करेंगे, और इसके लिए एक प्रमेय है, एक बेसिक थ्योरम याद रखिए। किसी भी चीज की जब हम साइड डबल करते हैं तो एरिया 4 टाइम्स हो जाता है। ओके, when you double the side, area becomes 4 times, so long as the dimensions, the shape remains the same. Okay, the area becomes 4 times. So this and this have same ratio, but the area has become doubles. From here to here the area has doubled. So how much does the side increase by? That is the question, and that will be the ratio, right? तो जब हम साइड डबल करते हैं तो एरिया 4 times. When we double the side, area becomes 4 times. So what should we increase the sides by so the area becomes double is the question. Okay, when we double the side, area becomes 4 times. So how much should we increase the side so that the area become double? Okay, right? So let's say we increase the area, the side 50%, 1.5 kar diya instead of, so if we make the side 2, the area will become 4. So let's make area side 1.5. If we make it 1.5, the area will become 1.5 times 1.5, which is 2.25, more than 2. Okay, so let's do it less, 1.4 kar dete hain. So if we do it 1.4, then 1.4 times 1.4 is 1.96, less than 2. So then we have to increase it more than 4.4 and less than 0.5. Yani between 40% and 50% will increase. And that number, magic number, is called square root of 2, root 2. Because when you multiply root 2 by root 2, the answer is 2. That is exactly what we want. We want some number which you multiply by same number. दोनों को multiply करा, 2 बन गया और उसको हम बोलते हैं root 2. इसलिए ये रेशियो √2 है. Because this is 21 times √2 is 297. This ratio is √2, and we can see it another way also, and we can see it by using algebra also. You can hopefully, let's see, the paper is clean. Okay, how we can do, I will show you in just 1 minute. दिख रहा है? हाँ. So let's call this side as R. We don't know what this is, and let's call this as 1. Assume this is 1. So what is the ratio? R by 1. But when I fold it in half, what is the ratio? 1, and this side is R by 2. And I'm saying it is same. So R by 1 should be equal to 1 upon R by 2. Which means you cross multiply, which means R times R by 2 should be equal to 1, or R square should be equal to 2. R must be equal to square root of. Hence proved. Hence proved. Like this also I have proved, and the other way how I have proved, that anytime you increase. So this is exactly what we have done. Beautiful things with A4. This is, I take these things out. This was my A4, folded it in half. A5, fold this in half. A6, fold it in half. A7, like that I can keep going. This is A4, this is half of this, this is half of this, this is half of this. But its width becomes its length becomes its width, like that. And if I keep the corners of this together, like this, like this, like this, they become like this, you know. And the reason they are all exactly same, which means this, if I draw a line from here, they will all be in a diagonal, or like this. ये दिख रहा है? ये दो अलग अलग पेपर हैं. ये बिल्कुल, all the corners will go through a diagonal. They will pass through a, you know, let me just draw. They will all pass through the diagonal. Which means this ratio, if they are all passing through the diagonal, what it means that in this triangle, all these triangles are similar triangles. Similar triangle matlab ये सारे एंगल सेम है. Which property? A property. These are all 90 degrees. This angle is all same. Therefore, all these triangles are similar. Therefore, all these A1, A4, A5, A6, A7. Oh, sorry, the other way. A4, A5, A6, A7. This is A4. This is A5. This is A6. A7. They are all similar. They all pass through the same. That they pass through the same diagonal, which means all these triangles, half of those rectangles, are also similar, right? One more interesting thing is in these A3, A4, A5, if I put it along the sides, maybe कैमरे को थोड़ा और ऊपर करना पड़ेगा, ऐसे थोड़ी सफाई करनी पड़ेगी, यहाँ पर रखा. Then A4, A5, then this, and then another one right here. Maybe some more space is required. Okay, I put it here, 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 and here. And you take the camera even more. Clean this up. Okay, you see, this is also going to be passing through one straight line. ये अगर हम यहाँ पर ड्रॉ करेंगे तो ये भी एक स्ट्रेट लाइन बन जाएगी. ये हमने क्या करा है, ये A4 है हमारा, सॉरी उल्टा लिख देता हूँ बारी बारी. ये A4 है, ये A5 है, ये A6 है, ये A7. बगल बगल अगर सबको रख दिया, सबका रेशियो सेम है लंबाई टू चौड़ाई, तो यहाँ से अगर लाइन बनाएंगे तो ये भी लाइन सीधी, ये सब पॉइंट से जुड़ के ही जाएगी. ये लाइन स्केल से रख के देख सकते हैं. एंड क्यों आएगी आप लोग प्रूव करके देखिए. व्हाई यू कैन फिगर आउट, बिकॉज आई जस्ट सेड इफ दिस साइड इज 1, दिस साइड इज 1, दिस साइड इज r. वो हमने पता लगाया था ना, r कितना है 2, सॉरी √2 है. तो इसीलिए अगर अब ये वाली साइड 1 है और ये r है, तो अब ये वाली साइड उल्टा कर देते हैं हम. इसको छोटे वाले से करते हैं, तब बड़े में आपको क्लियर दिख जाएगा. रेशियो सबका सेम है, तो ये मान लीजिए 1 मान लेते हैं और इसको हम r मान लेते हैं. ओके, वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर. Let's turn it upside down and call it A4. Okay, so let's call it this is 1 and this is r. So now this side will become r. So this will become r square, right? Because the ratio remains the same. So now this is r square, so this becomes r cube. And so if this is r cube, this becomes r4. So what is this angle? You will find that this angle, this ratio of this by this is r square minus r upon 1. R square minus r upon 1. For this one, it will be r cube minus r square upon r, which is basically r square minus r upon 1. And similarly, this one by this one is r4 minus r cube upon r square, which is basically r square minus r upon 1. So ये सारा, ये जो लाइन हमने ये बनाई, ये पूरी लाइन, ये कोई और कलर से मैं बना देता हूँ. ये जो लाइन बनाई है, ये वाली लाइन, इसमें पूरे ये सभी एक ही जैसे आएंगे, ये ट्रायंगल्स आएंगे. दिस इज द सिमिलैरिटी ऑफ ऑल A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9, A10. हाँ, एक और चीज दिखानी थी, मैं फटाफट दिखा देता हूँ कि 297 क्यों था A स्क्वायर, है ना? और वो क्यों है ना, वो बहुत सरल है. We said that the area of A0 is 1 square meter. Okay, right? So what should be the other side? Let's call it K. You know, if this is 1 square meter, let's call the biggest side K. Okay, so दूसरी वाली साइड क्या होगी, दूसरी वाली छोटी वाली K by √2. Okay, right? And then this must be equal to 1. So K square is equal to square root of 2. So K must be equal to square root of 2 का square root of K, एक और square root. तो ये आप करेंगे तो आपका 1197 आ जाएगा. मैं करके आपको दिखा देता हूँ, शायद 1197 if I remember it all right. Let me show you. इसको क्लियर कर दिया. 2 का पहले स्क्वायर रूट कर दिया, सॉरी स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 2 ये आ गया, और इसका एक और स्क्वायर रूट कर देते हैं. स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ आंसर 1.189, सॉरी माय मिस्टेक, 1197 नहीं 1189. सो 1189 लिख देता हूं मैं, 1189. ओके, एंड देन इफ यू डिवाइड this by 4, 297. Wonderful, 297. Okay, so that is why when we found out size of A0 was 1189 and A4 is A by 4. So this is 1189 by 4, which is 297. That is why the size of A4 paper is 297. ये जो कागज है, इतनी सारी कैलकुलेशन हमने करके दिखाई है, इसकी ये लंबाई 297 है, तो ये कितनी होगी? 297 डिवाइडेड बाय √2. तो अगर ये करना भी हो तो यहाँ देख सकते हैं, दिस इज डिवाइडेड बाय 1.414, तो ये 21 आ गई. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज ऑलमोस्ट 21 सेंटीमीटर. बढ़िया. That's why this paper is 21 centimeter by 29.7 centimeter. Why 29.7? Because fourth root of 2 करेंगे. फोर्थ रूट ऑफ 2 को ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 2, फिर उसका एक और बार. एनीवेज, इस तरह से ये हमने आज आपके साथ समय लगाया. काफी सारी चीजें और करनी थी, समय कम रह गया, तो उसको आगे के सेशन में करने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो काफी समय हो गया भाई, सॉरी अबाउट दैट. 15 मिनट तो लेट भी चालू करा था भाई. अनुराग, वी स्टार्टेड 15 मिनट्स लेट यार. यू सेड 3 and you started at 3:15. So not our mistake, little bit our mistake, but little bit. We went 20 minutes over there. But I thought we should do it slowly so that you get a chance to do certain things. If we do it fast, no, then काफी चीजें मिस हो जाती हैं. Anyways. Any comments, any questions, please feel free. The question paper, the questions will be online. Jay,
Yes,
can
sir.
you announce? Anurag, you can announce where the questions will be. We should and nobody is sending any emails to us. Please send us emails. The email भी हमने एक नया बनाया है ना email, जय वो announce कर दो. Sparkle 22 क्या है, और या फिर एक नया email बनाया था वो भी, जो भी.
हाँ.
So announce, please send us email. Any questions you have, feel free to send me an email. Feel free to just visit the website. All the information will be there. Please send emails. Hopefully we want to see pictures from you of the largest jhalar, the largest equilateral triangle, और क्या क्या करा था, 1.5 liter, 1.4 liter of that container and things like that. Okay. sparklegnv@gmail.com. बड़ा सरल ईमेल है, sparklegnv@gmail.com. sparklegnv@gmail.com. Please send us an email and we will be very happy to answer.
So regarding the homework, we'll post it on the web page which has been created. Once again, I will share the link with you on the chat messages. On that web pages, there would be a Google form, and do submit your homeworks over there. Don't worry about the multiple submissions. Let's say, for example, if you wanted to revise your answers, you can have multiple submissions you can submit there, and whatever you have made, whatever has been touched to your heart, आपको कुछ अच्छा लगा हो, let's say for example वो जो गुड़िया थी आपने ट्राई की हो, 7 गुड़ियों के साथ अपना हाथ से हाथ रखे हुए गुड़िया बनाई हो, do share that with us over an email ID, sparklegnv@gmail.com. Meanwhile, somebody wants to share us right now. Somebody wanted to share us something right now. Feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead.
मुझे anybody, any वो कौन थे कन्नड़ा वाले, दक्षिण कन्नड़ा, can switch on your videos. Anybody who wants to speak or say something or show what they have done, please feel free. नहीं, ठीक है. So ओके. फिर आई सॉ अदिति सिंह बड़े मजे से देख रही थी पूरे टाइम. अदिति सिंह.
Okay, sir.
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Okay, sir.
ओके, बाय बाय.
Bye, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
बाय बाय.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nice session, sir.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Sir, Equilateral 3030 next episode is when to come, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Immediately after we finish Sparkle, hopefully.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
तब
sir.
तक आपकी CBSE exam. So what
Thank
happened
you,
was
sir.
exams are going on, so CBSE suggested that we do it after.
Okay. But the session are so nice, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you,
very good,
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
So much.
Thank you everyone for joining. We will
Thank
see
you
you next
for joining.
session. The details of the sessions will be shared soon.
सुधीर ओझा भी आ
Okay,
गए. हेलो
ma'am.
सुधीर ओझा.
Okay, ma'am.
सुधीर ओझा हमारे पुराने मित्र हैं. नमस्ते, कैसे हैं सुधीर जी? ओके जी, बाय खुशबू यादव, अदिति सिंह.
Thank you so much, sir.
अदिति सिंह, you are a teacher or you are a student?
Thank you,
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye. Aditi Singh, are you a teacher or you are a student?
Student, sir.
स्टूडेंट है और आप घर पे ही बैठे हैं, स्कूल नहीं गए?
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
हमेशा
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
ठीक है जी. आप लोगों को अगर कुछ लगा हो तो व्हाट्सएप पे जरूर भेज सकते हैं या यहाँ पर ईमेल. ठीक है जी. ओके, बाय. हम मिलते हैं.